We're in spring, approaching summer, and many of you, hopefully, are going to get out there and play some shows. In many cases, for the first time in a long time or ever, with people you've never played with before, probably. And I want to put together a list of things that you're going to need for your show. So here's a top 11 things that you're going to want to have before your next live show. Number 1, a printed checklist. You need to have it printed. It's important that it's printed because, in the hustle and bustle of getting into the show, leaving the show, fiddling your phone is not what you want to be doing. You want to have something printed that people can physically check off that your stuff made it there and your stuff is making it back. That's the goal. We don't lose anything. We don't gain anything. So make sure the list is itemized. Got an example somewhere on the screen, I'm sure. And I'll even put a link. You can download your own copy of it. On the left side, we have things that we're checking in or setting up from our house or practice room and things that are coming back from the venue. Having it printed is nice too. You can give it to someone and have them check for you. It makes the work easier. Number 2, we're sticking with the printed idea. Printed contract. I've played at plenty of shows where the venue manager for the night doesn't have the same deal understanding that the booking manager had with us. And to avoid those kinds of arguments at 2 a.m, have a printed copy of your contract. In some cases, I've been to shows where I think we're playing at 10 or 11, and all of a sudden we're playing at 1:30 in the morning. And that's not where I want to be playing. So make sure you have that printed contract. If they owe you things in the green room, make sure you have a copy of whatever you agreed to. So number 2, printed contract. I don't know why we keep printing things out. Item number 3 that you want to have before your next show, printed set lists. I've played at plenty of shows and we've always had a set list, but I've seen lots of bands where they just show up and they're going to go with what they feel like playing at that moment. It's much better to have that set list printed. You offload all that mental energy. You can take notes on the sheet and it just helps you be more comfortable while you're playing. So please print a set list. If you don't have a printer, you can go to FedEx office and print there. It's fine. Number 4, I love this thing, and I'm going to show you. I have one over here. It's like this gig box. It's like a toolbox from Home Depot. It's brightly colored. You can get whatever colors you want. It has sections inside. Let's see if I can expertly open this up here. Put the name of the band on it. It has a tool holder up here. I have my multi-tool. I have some peg winder. I have glue. I have Sharpies, carpet samples. Got tubes. I got Velcro, strings, power cables, batteries. Just a helpful little box of just in case. You never know when it's going to come in handy, but having a nice sturdy box like this stacks up in the truck easily. Doesn't get crushed. Just nice to have around. It's that safety blanket, and that's what you need. You want to be comfortable. You want to be worrying about bad things that could happen. We've already planned ahead. We have a checklist. We're ready, and all we have to do is walk up there and play. So that's really, again, have that box. It's like $25 from Home Depot. Really comfortable. Item number 5, you only need to cut your fingers open once and bleed all over your stuff and have a terrible show before you realize you need to have work gloves. I wear work gloves whenever I'm packing up the room, whenever I'm packing into a venue, whenever I'm cleaning up afterwards. If I'm carrying anything that isn't my guitar ready to play, I am wearing gloves. It's not comfortable. You're bound to get a cut on your fingertip, and that's not where you want to be. So please, wear gloves. Safety, again, item number 6, earplugs. Earplugs are super important. They come in all kinds of styles. Heroes is a brand. You can get fun, cool designs. It has stars on it. This one is clear. You can even get the hardware store style orange ones. Like these. I can't really see that, but these guys, orange and purple. You got to protect your ears. Your ears have a finite amount of hearing in them. And if you blow it, you're not going to be a happy camper. So I'd highly recommend wear earplugs whenever there's loud music around. So when the opening bands are playing, when the bands after you're playing, wear earplugs. Wear earplugs to every practice that you have. I found that wearing the Heroes while practicing, it cuts out a lot of that high end that ends up being irritating, and then it lets me actually hear what's going on in the room better. So I'd highly recommend wearing earplugs whenever possible. Item number 7, have backups of everything. So I don't mean necessarily like a backup reverb pedal. Backup reverb pedal if you need it. But having an extra guitar. So if you have, let's say, 2 guitars for your set that you need to have, maybe 2 different tunings or something, have a third guitar that's just a standby in case something gets broken or you break a string. You just grab a fresh guitar and be ready to go. Having an extra guitar is a lifesaver. Again, if you just have 1 extra. You don't need to have the duplicate of everything. Just if you have 2, have 3. If you have 3, get 4. Although I think with 3, you probably can get away with not having a 4th one. I don't know. You tell me if you have an idea about that. How many guitars do you bring to your gigs? Put in the comments. Having a backup amp is also critical. As someone who uses tube amps, some things can go wrong. Having a backup solid state head in your trunk or a little combo, really helpful. I think everybody has a modeling box now with them. Again, affordable safety valve goes direct into the mixer. Could be a lifesaver. You don't know. Again, the audience isn't going to necessarily know the difference. So this in your gig box could be a lifesaver. So I'd highly recommend. This is the DSM Humboldt Simplifier. There's lots of ones out there. So go check those out if you don't have one already. Item number 8, quality guitar stands. Do not ever lean your guitar up against an amp or a wall or a chair or the bar. Bring a guitar stand that's legitimate, something that isn't going to fall apart. I have one that folds up into like a suitcase. It holds 3 guitars, which is all I needed. Fantastic. It just keeps your guitar safe. You don't want to be worrying about your guitar falling over, getting stepped on. So please, please, please keep your guitar safe. Again, I have a rule. Guitar is either in its case, in my hands, or in a stand. That's it. Item number 9, tools. So in your gig box, again, I showed my multi-tool. You also would benefit from having a screwdriver, string snips, string clippers, Allen key kit, like you have in a bike lock thing, or just the D'Addario multi-tool. Like super useful. Again, it could be a lifesaver. Let's say you have some intonation issue that's a problem, or typically what ends up happening, I found, is it's not me, it's some other band, and they end up needing my help, and I look like a hero by having my multi-tool. So bring tools. Flashlights, really helpful. Things like that will make your life easier. Bonus tool, if you want to be a superhero, drum key. Your drummer is going to forget his drum key, and you'll have one, and you'll save the day. So please bring a drum key. It's like $5. Put it in your bag. Item number 10, gaffer tape, or tape in general. I have some tape here. White tape is great for marking your settings. Let's say you do sound check and you make some adjustments. You put a little bit of white tape on your amp, write the settings that you have chosen on there. You can use the black tape to tape down your set lists. Gaffer tape is great. It doesn't leave a residue. Highly recommend gaffer tape. Having tape just is a smart idea. Let's say your mic stand is falling down. Gaffer tape that thing back up. It's never going to fall down again. It's great. Item number 11, power strips. Been in plenty of situations when there's no power that I need, or they ran out of power strips, or the venue doesn't have a power outlet near where I need to be, whether it's with the amp in the back or the pedal board in the front. So I'd highly recommend bring a power strip per person. It's a good rule of thumb. You never know when you're going to need it. So let's say you're in a 4-piece, bring 4 power strips. It'll come in handy so you're not scrambling at setup trying to find a power strip in their crates or their storage room. So that's the top 11. Do you have something that I've missed? Do you have something that you can't live without game day at a venue? Let us know. Put in the comments. I have one thing that I hadn't talked about. Bonus content. Bring some sort of noise gate or hum reducing agent. The Electro Harmonix Hum Debugger has saved my butt on numerous occasions. Not sponsored content, but this little green box, again, I loan this out to other bands when I'm playing, and they're like, I have this weird sound, And to me, it's wasting the sound person's time fixing their problem. And I'm like, hey, check this out. And it solves the problem enough for them to move on and do my sound check. And that's really what I wanted. So selfishly, going to these guys, it takes some of the guesswork out of it. Thanks for watching. This has been Blues Lawyer Confessional. Less fiddling, more playing.